Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another daily dose of swipe. And today we're breaking down an advertorial. Probably this is an advertorial, or could be a sales letter. I don't know. Majority of them were advertorial to sales letter to VSL directs like truthaboutapps.com. Like it's a blessing that this website still exists because look at it. Look at all of this. What the hell? We're gonna come back to this. So this is the web page version, and this is the whole printout version. There are some images missing out. So, and you look at this, like this is probably a 2006 web page, right? But um, why am I breaking this down? Is because or probably 2004 website. Okay, Truth About Apps. Now, this was owned by Mike Geary, who worked closely with John Benson, the guy who founded VSL, the word, everything, who literally is the founder of VSL, Video Sales Letter. And it's a blessing that this space has not been taken down till this day because each and every element has some copy element to this. Each and every like stuff inside has copy element to this. All of these are advertorials, and all of these have this like separate, respective sales letters and VSLs. Think about it. I don't even have to ask you to like pay for this swipe file. It's just out there. Truthaboutapps.com. Just go out and get it. I have like printed out one advertorial out of all of this. This is the first one. We might as well, like, I believe I should break down all these stuff rather than doing all the financial promos and other stuff. I like breaking down health promos and health sales letters and stuff like that. Some supplements as well. The last time we did Neurologic Nutritionals, I believe. So yeah, if you're watching this, I don't know when, and just go to truthaboutapps.com, see if this page actually still exists or not, because these guys made bond like a lot of money at like during that time. There were millions. John Benson is a $1 billion copywriter. So think about it, how much money they made. And they worked closely. They were like the current Gundry MD and Golden Hippo. Like these were the OGs of that era, if I'm not mistaken. If you're watching this and if you think I'm probably mistaken, correct me in the comment sections below. Anyways, enough whining and enough fanboy moments about John Benson. Let's just get to the breakdown itself. By the way, there are some images. I mentioned that there are some images missing, so we're just gonna refer back to the whole original page. This breakdown, we're just gonna lol. I forgot to introduce all of this. Anyways, I'm Samir Raut and I love breaking down all the sales letters stuff, right? And this is, you're watching this if probably because you're a copywriter, marketer, or somebody who has something related to that field, and you're watching this because you know you have to do something like a do how you have to do a bare minimum to learn some form of copy elements and just put yourself out there in a copy mindset so that you can swipe informations, swipe structures and angles from different competitors or people in different industry and synthesize it in your own and use it for your own campaigns so that you can make a bunch of money, right? Boatloads of money. And sometimes we just break down a short email, a warm email to get the work done. Sometimes we break long form advertorial stuff. This is probably an advertorial in my opinion, meaning this is just shown outside, so shown out there, like SEO optimized, and it's just out there um um in the Google space, and people are just gonna click on it thinking that this is something valuable, and it is valuable. They are valuable, of course, and but they are also being sold something at the end of this, and this it still works because the last like huge sales letter we broke down almost, it was like a 2 hour long breakdown, was from New Logic Nutritionals, and it was about, I forgot, Lee Euler's supplements, ultra colon cleanse. Yes. Anyways, That's enough yapping. Let's just break down. Of course, by the time you already, I already, if you're watching this at this point, my hook was probably bad. So if you're still watching, you are in it. You're the OG. So congrats to you. Hit a comment, like the video. I don't know what when you're watching this. Okay, before we just start, I just talked about the whole environment, right? Now, people in those days, everything sold, right? Fast, fat loss sold during those days. Now the market is sophisticated, right? John Benson teamed up. What the fuck? My jury. Boatloads of money. Wait a minute, let me just structure it. I don't know how long this can get. The last one went 2 hours. I'm probably like, I'm gonna tune it down to like probably 30 to 60 minutes. I don't want to read every word today. I'm just gonna break down the whole big idea of the advertorial. This is an advertorial that was probably promoted, probably SEO optimized for organic traffic, ran ads into and promoted multiple different lists. Now you can see that after you can, like, if you want access to the swipe file or access to my comments on this, you can just ask me. I don't want you to sign up for an email or something like that. Oh, you could. That would be a good idea to do that because I like writing, right? I like to I like having an email list, talking to people, and I don't ever want to, outsource it or AI it. I just want to talk to some people. I just want to put out my thoughts out there. Put my thoughts out there. Anyways, you can see that the it is only for people above the ages of 55. Why you see like all of these people who make the big money selling to people above the ages of 55 is that they're just too afraid that they're gonna get diabetes or they're gonna have some health problems, and they just want fast results. They have the money now, they want fast results because they want to solve problems, and because their Roth IRA has ripened up by now, something like that. I don't know. I don't know about all that stuff, but I hope you will get the point, right? And probably traffic, there were multiple different traffic sources, promotions on somebody else's list, running ads, environment, and probably, I don't know how, there were different elements. There were different elements of, organic. I don't know if there was organic back then, but there was probably, there was the dot-com boom that recently happened, and all of the people were online, and they sold hell of a lot of money they made. So, anyways, it's better that we understand the environment of the whole thing, who is being targeted to, what, where the traffic source is, and media buying processes. Of course, we cannot distill it down to exact stuff what happened because we just don't know how they did it. And back then, there were very few compliance issues, and all scams were just like sold like crazy. I'm not calling this a scam, but it probably could be. My Jerry, and a market sophistication. Very unsophisticated. Nobody was meaning like nobody was selling stuff like these. Nobody was selling, no, like nobody knew about fat loss, and nobody knew about these unique mechanisms, and everything was new. Everything was new. Now at this point, you can go through the same strategy, but the principles apply. That's why we're breaking down this stuff. You can do it right now because as I said, the market is sophisticated, meaning they already know about your claims, already know about your competitors, already know what there is, already know about the nuances. That's why it matters how much like they actually know. Do you have to like educate about something first before actually selling them, or do you have to just sell them, or should you be focusing on the offer, or should you be focusing on a story element? All of that, you can do all of that only if you have the only if you know who you're targeting to. So the who, you just need to know where the buyers are, and next you need to know what are you selling, what are you actually selling, and how, why is it unique to every other elements out there. Now the USP did not matter because as I said, it was just unique. This was unique. Just saying how to lose abs was unique. I'm sorry, how to lose belly fat was unique at that point because nobody was making content about that. Right now, the market's sophisticated, and you going out there and writing how to make, how to lose fat, how to lose belly fat in 30 days with not even 30 days, like in 2 weeks. It wouldn't make sense. Of course, it's not that it wouldn't work, but it's just less sophisticated. I hope you get my point. I'm yapping too much. Anyways, attention, man over age 55 struggling to, okay, qualifying the reader, pinpointing the reader. So anybody below the ages of 55 is not welcome. This way you niche down and you talk to one specific person with a specific problem. Okay. Discover, not learn, because learn is too much of a work. Discover one generally means that you're discovering and like revealing a secret to this, and you're finding out it's like a journey rather than a work. Let's say journey rather than a work. Okay, step by step, like easy element, right? How the foods you eat every day are making your fats. How the food you eat every day, okay, this we do every day, right? So this is like a juxtaposition, right? How come the food I eat daily are making my fat cells sick? It's like, this surprise element, like, whoa, this actually true? What I'm eating is toxic, or it's bad for me? Now you like it, as I said, this could work. This could still work. I'll bang a headline, in my opinion, but you have to, spin the claims. Foods you eat are making your fat cells sick. Juxtaposition, meaning how a normal thing could get you abnormal results. Completely unrelated. Now, juxtaposition generally means like an unrelated thing bringing a related problem. But in this case, it's not completely a juxtaposition, but I hope you get the essence, right? So making it impossible. Okay, so we're trying to get to the negative tone, right? Negative tone, meaning like, look at this, you have so many problems. Now your problem as it is solution, they probably helps up like a broke down in the past sales letter, in the ultra column cleanse one, that you were the one of the major frameworks that work for in the fitness space is problem as it is solution, or problem as it is, or pass up, right? Problem as it is solution of our product, in my opinion, that's the whole framework. And yeah, and you also always start with negative claims, right? You agitate the whole solution, but you induce a new mechanism to overcome the problems that you just mentioned. You talk about the unique mechanisms of the problems, and then you talk about the new mechanism, and then you talk about the new, okay, uh unique mechanism of the new solution, right? And then comes product descriptions, a product intro, like product intro, then comes product descriptions plus benefits, handling objections, giving guarantee and stuff like that. But this is, as I said, this is I forgot that this is an advertorial, not a sales data. Anyways, making it impossible to lose weight, which is the benefit they want. So you want all these benefits, but your foods are the bottlenecks. Why? Because they're making your fat cells sick, and which is in turn making it impossible to get those benefits. To lose weight while also to lose wealth. I'm sorry. Major benefit they want while also damaging your rapidly aging your skin. Major benefit they want, um problems they don't want to face. So if we were to templatize the whole headline, how would it look? So discover how X is giving you, okay, how you eat every day are making your fat cells sick. Discover how X is giving you unwanted results and making it harder to get your benefit, while also adding more to your constraints and ruining what you already had, right? So you get the whole gist of the whole thing, right? So why this is the problem, why this is the case, and I say it's one of the best because way to hook attention, and especially when you if you did this in the 2000s, you're you're gonna get attention. You're just gonna, people are just gonna believe it because they just don't know like anything about this, right? Sound insane? Okay, handling objection, right? Now I did not talk about this. Now handling objection problems, I did not talk about this, right? Relevant problems they don't want to face. So what do I mean? Oh, shit, I'm writing whack ass spellings. Okay, so what I mean by that is disrupting your hormones. So people at this point do know about their hormones, so hence they use these words, right? Damaging your joints. This is people above 55 don't want this, right? People above 55 are very conservative and they want to eat healthy, the most healthiest foods, and they are like quite aware about all this stuff. About they have heard a lot of claims even back then in the 2000s. They had already heard huge a lot of claims, and probably they already knew that the food they were eating was I like they still have objections, like skepticism on the whole big pharma and stuff like that. So what this does is also like confirms the beliefs, the shakeable beliefs they had, the intuition what they had of the whole thing. Anyways, these are relevant problems. Like they want to lose weight, but they don't want, like they are suffering problems with their joints. They are just like they have hormonal problems, right? Because as you age, that you just have hormonal problems, hormone disruption, right? And their age, like their skin looks old. They're afraid, right? They're not gonna have healthy skins, and they're the most afraid of diabetes because they won't be able to have those sweets, right? So this is one of the relevant problems to this niche. We couldn't just add anything, right? Because me, like if you wrote this, like if this headline was for attention men below the ages of 21, and I wouldn't give two shit about this. I literally do not care about getting diabetes because it's just not common, and harm disrupting hormones and damaging my joints or losing weight probably as well, because it's just not relevant to me, right? It just does not make sense. I just don't have these problems. And of course, I'm not saying that there aren't, but more often than not, there are most of the teenagers, most of the people below, most of the like all of almost like 90 to 95% of the of folks below the ages of 21, they do not have these problems, right? Of course they have weight loss issues and stuff like that, but even then we just don't accumulate more fats rather than like how the old folks, people or people who have been in this world for a long time accumulate, because they just don't have time, they are too lazy, yeah, all that stuff. See, like how we're spending a lot of time in the first space, because this is where it matters. You spend 80 cents out of your dollar on your headline and your lead. So it matters. It makes sense to spend a lot of time because they spend a lot of time on how to hook the right reader and actually intrigue them, give a promise a new claim, like make a big promise so that they actually read the whole thing. None of the look at it, like 40 pages, of course, like I printed this out, so there are 40 pages. Nobody would read this any further if it was so bland, like bland headlines like how to stay healthy or something like that, right? So and that's why we should also break it down, like we should study in minute details what's actually going on, rather than look at this word, look at this thing, look so good, right? Look at this, they are attracting, wow, they are talking about problems and talking bullshit like that. Rather than doing that, let's just break it down word for word, only the lead part. Of course we're not going to do the whole thing because it's, as I said, advertorial. It's about framing them and putting them into, like educating them more rather than selling. You have to like sell the mechanism first and then sell the product first second, which is what advertorial sales data funnel already always do. One of the major cold traffic funnels out there. Do yourself a favor and take 2 minutes out of your busy day. Do yourself a favor. Okay, so this is beneficial for you. Now people back then had this emergency element into their brain that if they actually like missed reading this, they're gonna have a lot of problems and they're not gonna uncover the secrets that's probably making their fat cells sick. So this is the mechanism. We're gonna expand upon this mechanism throughout the whole sales letter, and this is our mechanism, and like how to avoid this mechanism. We're gonna bring another mechanism, and we're gonna tell what's the uniqueness of that mechanism, and we're gonna sell the product on the next page. Okay. Makes sense? I hope this makes sense. I'm being repetitive so that you understand it. Of course I don't know everything about this, but I'm just trying to pour everything I know and everything I can actually break down, so that you, I don't know who's even watching this, it just helps me become more articulate in my speeches. So that, because as I said, I'm not a native English speaker. I don't think I've said it though. You can tell by this point. I'm just trying to practice. It's just work. I'm hitting like three birds with one stone. I'm practicing just be more articulate, right? I'm actually making content out there, so it's fun for me. Number three, what's number three? I'm breaking down sales letters, and it just helps me with my job. Yes. Do yourself a favor and take 2 minutes out of your busy day to read this. Very important. Alert, emergency. So there's no specific stuff, right? Like the ultra specific, urgent, useful, and what was the next one? Ultra specific, useful, unique, and urgent. So there's a natural urgency to this, right? This is like a headline checklist. Always go through this checklist when you're writing your headlines. Of course, I forget it, and you're gonna forget it as well. But just keep it at the top of your mind. So is it ultra specific? Not ultra specific, but there are elements of specificity, like people above the ages of 55 struggling to lose weight. So there is specificity to it. Not ultra specific, like specific number. Like discover how the food making it impossible to, like which are making your fat cells sick. Discover how these three foods like would make it ultra specific, right? And yeah, we're going to the negative framework. Problem as its solution probably is the way to go. It just frames it that way, right? So ultra specific, yes. Urgent, there's a natural urgency to this. Your health, you're gonna die. That's the natural urgency. So that is how you could do, how you proceed. That is the component you use when you're writing health promos, and when you while you're writing financial promos, you'd have to talk about this specific crypto coin or this specific stock booming before a specific date, so that people actually make huge profits. And this is natural scarcity because they just can say, oh, this happened way back in 1979, so this is probably going to happen again. And because I have been telling this to my newsletter groups and they have made a lot of profits in the past 9 to 12 months, so you should get buy this stock before, let's say, February 10th if you want to make huge profits. Don't come on complaining me that you did not um, what do you call it? You did not capitalize on the opportunity when I actually put it out for you. So there's a natural scarcity and urgency to this, right? So that's for financial. And so for health promos, we have BIT. That's it. You might say this is sleazy, but what if what the thing they're promoting is actually helpful? So you might say like marketing is just sleaziness and salesiness, it's bad, but it's just being the bridge between the product, between the best product and the quality traffic, quality people, problem, or people who are suffering with that specific problem, right? Anyways, let's get down to business. Also, please make sure you read to the end. Okay, so it's just asking you to read to the end. This probably does not work right now because you just need open loops rather than, oh, what the we were breaking down the headline. I'm sorry. Yeah, urgent, natural urgency, ultra specific, meh, not so much. Useful, very much, right? And what's the third one? Unique, like your fat cells sick. It was probably very fucking unique at that time. Your fat cells, what are fucking fat cells? Like, do they actually exist? And how do fat cells even become sick? New mechanism. Okay. Also, please make sure you read to the end. We could have used an open loop here because I'm going to show you that I Know You Love by Mike Jerry. Also, please make sure because there's a very special surprise. Okay, oh, I forgot to see this part. Open loop. And people back then probably had more attention span than people that do right now. So they actually read the entire thing. They were just, let's say, dumb enough to read the whole thing just for you. Personality element. One of the most important words you can use in your sales letters is the word you. The next is free and you. That I know you love. Okay, that's a open loop, bribing the reader. Let's go through the whole. Wait a second. We're gonna go through all that. So we have hooked the right reader. We have promised something big, and we have stoked curiosity, and we had made an open loop. We have built an open loop, and by Mike Jerry. So this is probably, and also there's a cred element to this whole thing, meaning credibility, as in guru section, like who is the face of the guy, who is the face behind the guy who's talking through with his words. That's Mike Jerry. And who is Mike Jerry? The nutrition watchdog, certified nutrition specialist. So this gives you the credibility and authority, right? Credibility. What if I told you one of these so-called health foods could be forcing your body to store fat? Philosophical questions. Philosophical questions. What the hell? Questions that induce the fear element. As I said, this is a health promo. Question. This is a health promo, so you're probably gonna leverage the whole fear element part of that. Which one do you think it is? OJ, even if you're a health expert even if you're a health expert have even if you're a health expert have read countless, what the hell, found a loophole. It's probably not what you think it is because the answer is counterintuitive. Okay, so what is it, right? What is it? Curiosity element. There's a whole curiosity secret element to this as well. I forgot to mention in the first page. I'll reveal one it in one it which one it is in just a second. Open loop, another loop, right? Whenever you open a loop in the reader's head, they just have to read the whole thing. It's an NLP. It's just how we're wired to think. Open loop / bribing the reader. First, I have an odd question. First, I have why are there so many fat doctors in America? Okay, conspiracy theory, right? Confirming shakeable beliefs so that they can induce their mechanism later on. This also helps in gradualization, that is gathering the yeses and putting the reader into assertive tone. Another thing this does is induces an us versus them mentality into mentality. So yeah, what I mean by this is so fat doctors are the scapegoats. They don't know shit. If they already knew all of the stuff that they talk about, why are they fat? It's like a shakeable. It's like an intuitive belief we all have, right? And when you actually solidify it and actually like talk about it, people are gonna assume, yeah, people are gonna confirm with you, yes, right? So it helps in the gradualization element as well. I hope that makes sense. Have you ever had an overweight doctor? Chances are you have. If these people are the leaders of country, why are they unhealthy? So they're gonna focus on that element. I'm not gonna break down word for word. It just have to now flow it. The lead has done its job. It has done the job of putting the reader into the right mind frame of reading the whole element, and it has bribed the reader to actually read through the entire thing. All we have to do is focus on the sequential elements of handling the objections and actually like just confirming them and getting them to act, getting them to consume more of your copy so that you take over the mental bandwidth and get them to make them your puppets. I'm not trying to say this in um, mean terms, but that's what it generally happens. Something must be wrong, right? So this is confirming the beliefs according to a physician's health study. Right now, you can't do this because you'd have to like cite your studies where you studied it, where you actually brought it from, and it actually helps as well. 40% of doctors were obese. Social proof. I'm sorry, the proof. This is like a philosophical questions. Objection. Okay, objection, claim, proof, benefit, but in this case it's in during like health promos it's about a misconception, claim, proof, alternative. This is what I came up with. That means over half of the doctors in America are overweight, so dimensionalization. Dimensionalization is just, what the hell? Dimensionalization. Okay. Dimensionalization. Is that a wrong statement? Okay. No, no, it's not. And here's even worse news. Okay, agitating the problems. Okay, I talked about it. The whole frame of the entire promo is problem agitated solution. And here's even worse. Overweight and obese report significantly less confidence than the normal than average. So citing studies, right? Social like proof elements. They are not yapping. They're citing a study. After they finish the bachelor's degree, that means they spend less than a tenth of their education learning about nutrition and how it affects your health. Look how it's gonna frame them as the villains. They are the scapegoats. They are the villains, and I am. When you like actually frame somebody as the villain, you automatically get to the other side of the reader. Hope that makes sense. What's even worse is the information is saying, okay, more problem agitation, more problem agitation, and more problem agitation. They were just messing. And then Western medicine. Okay, Western medicine is incredible. Another confirming element, right? Element. Westerners are better. You. I don't know if this is like offending you. I don't care because this is an intuitive belief that we already have. This is a shakeable belief. It's just is in our intuition, right? It's just how it is. I'm sorry, and this is what marketers leverage. But when it comes to fat loss and increasing your energy, it's a total failure. So what's the solution? Like, of course, they're trying to frame it as bad, but they're only trying to frame it as bad to the Americans, to who this editorial is being presented to. Look at it, see like how what elements go into all of this. So what's the solution at the time? So this is handling the objection. We're just talking, yapping about the problems. What are the actual solutions to what I can do? If the people we've trusted, what can we do? Well, let me explain. Well, if you want to increase energy, get rid of it, you have to start with what's inside. So this is teasing the mechanism. You see that's the frame we go. Headline, capture attention, hook the reader via the lead. Talk about the current problems, talk about the solution, talk about the mechanisms and stuff, right? Let me explain. Joint muscle digit and an addiction are all connected. Okay. Um, teasing the mechanism. Now, all they're gonna do is talk about the nuances of the mechanism to position it as something unique. Okay, so these are all related. Okay, so this is the mechanism. This is like the nuances of the mechanism, right? A nuance of the mechanism. You may be thinking, oh, this all sounds crazy, but let me ask you this. Okay, handling the objection. I'm not gonna write it now. If you're watching this, let's just go through all of this now. I'm not gonna write handling objection. I'm just gonna tell you what it is. So you just get the whole eagle eyes perspective of the whole thing rather than thinking about it. You know, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, I hope you got the point. How many of you of the following are you currently struggling with? I don't know why it's framed in red. It should be in green, but yeah, it's a problem, so it's better framed in green. Oh, sorry, red, because red equals danger, right? How many of you are currently struggling with? Again, this is a gradualization element. Speaking to the reader, pinpointing the problems. So how like this is gradualization element is because this is a gradualization element is that um how many of you are currently struggling with, if you're struggling with this problem, yes I struggle, yes I struggle with this, yes I struggle with this, yes I struggle with this. And how do you know all of this is so niche, like you know me more better than I know myself, right? Okay, you know about this, okay, yes I follow with this, I have problems 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 with this. I'm an old fucking guy, I have problems with everything you just mentioned. Speaking to the reader, it is pinpointing the problems, talking niche, right? Digestion, and so there's a growing evidence showing the connection between leaky gut. Okay, they're just gonna show you the connection. As I said, the nuances of the mechanism, right? Blah 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 blah. So they're gonna tell you about the whole scientific stuff. So it's gonna follow this. They're gonna make a scientific claim, very technical. You're not gonna understand shit, but then comes a layman's explanation that's gonna use something like some metaphors or some analogies to make the point hit home. I don't make it does not make sense. Like, oh, okay, this long tube has very strong barriers that if you like read my old promo breakdown, these were the same elements that went through those as well, went through that sales data. Has very strong barriers that keep toxic iron when these barriers are damaged, and in the case of liquid, therefore, and are not supposed to make it your bloodstream and the lymph system. So you see, they're voluntarily using complex words, complex systems, complex stuff, so that you think that this is very hard to figure out, and there are some technical elements to this. But they're gonna make it frame like, of course, you should not do that in your copy. That's why they're following up with imagine this stuff, analogies, right? They have makes your liver get sluggish and so this they explain the mechanism, scientific. And what the fuck I'm writing? What the fuck am I writing, man? This is embarrassing as shit. I'm writing all the spellings. Anyways, I'm a human. I have problems. I make mistakes. Scientific explanation of the mechanism. I don't think this is the mechanism, but I believe this is a nuance of the mechanism because there were multiple interconnected systems that he just talked about, right? Scientific explanation of the scientific and technical explanation of the mechanism. It also acts as the unique mechanism of the problem. Imagine yourself having to do a job of 10 people in half the time and how that would make you feel. Okay, now I get the whole point. So layman's explanation. Meaning like simple terms. And whenever you use analogies and stories and metaphors to describe your point, and it hits the point home, and it's just hooks the reader in. It just acts as the persuasive element. It makes it impossible, but okay, then they're gonna talk about the same. If you want to read it, pause the video, you can read it. Unfortunately, the foods you eat, okay, okay, causing toxic what? Okay, well, causing toxic, okay, they talked about this. So what's the format we're following? When your liver gets sluggish, it makes it nearly impossible to burn fat. So the main objective of this is burning fat. But why are they not burning fat? Because of these problems. And talk about like they are very advanced. Like even probably they were probably like, as I said, mentioned like promoted in 2000s, right? And people there during those times they did not know about this, and these claims, it just makes it more, they like using these scientific data, it just makes it way more intriguing, and it just forces you to read and increases the readability of the whole thing. Okay, more nuance of the mechanism, let's say that, yeah, acts as the unique mechanism of the problem. So more nuance of the mechanism. They're gonna talk about the technical stuff. Unfortunately, okay, they're gonna talk about more causing toxins. Okay, they're gonna agitate all of the problem. We're still in the agitation phase. They're gonna agitate all the problem. What foods can lead to? Okay, so this is the major objection at this point, because what was promised in the headline, it was foods, right? Why your foods you're eating daily, it's causing the problem. So what foods can lead to such a horrible, so this is probably reframing the headline or reframing the subject that they were bribed to read for. We bribed them to read the whole thing, right? So this is probably what they wanted to hear. Biggest culprits are the health foods. Okay, biggest culprits, the whole us versus them mentality we talked about. Most people don't understand the reasons, so problem, right? And the fact is, okay, more agitation, more agitation. I bet you, not only that, but you. The fact is that some of you are going to do not only that, but as you see, there's a common plan that you probably, but I bet you know, you'll also discover exactly what to eat in a way that boosts you. Mm. So this is like now we're positioning. Now we're like slightly transitioning, or let's say teasing the solution as well. Now that you know about these problems, well, let's tease the solutions as well. Let's get to the three reasons you should never eat wheat, yes, even whole. So they're gonna talk about why you should not eat wheat. They're gonna talk about the nuances. They're gonna cite data, probably. They're gonna make it whole technical, right? They're gonna follow the same pattern. They're gonna make it technical. So they're gonna mm, they're gonna go all technical. They're gonna use like complex words, but they're gonna actually like tell you how this occurs, because and now this way the reader feels educated as well, and that is one of the most powerful element in your copy. If you are actually educate the reader and he feels like he's taking away something from it, wow, that's A-tier copy in my opinion. So the three reasons why you should never eat wheat. So unique mechanism of the problem, right? As I said, this is not just the problem. He's gonna talk about the nuances of each of the problem and nuances of and unique mechanism of each of those nuances, if that makes sense. Reason one, he's gonna use junky words, right? Speed of the aging process, which is probably he's gonna frame it as negative. He's gonna frame it as a problem. He's gonna agitate that. He's gonna tell you that this is gonna lead to X consequence that you probably don't want. Okay, so this result in this is why you get this. Oh, so this is the reason, this is the why I am having all these problems. This is what I think. So, and if they're going to talk about the nuances, what they're going to do is talk about the solution. And when they talk about the solution, they're going to talk about the nuances of the mechanisms of the solution. And you're going to talk about the nuances of each of those mechanisms. And again, they're going to position it as something unique that counters each of these problems. Make sense? I hope it does. So let's get back to the okay, they're gonna do that same, they're gonna do that same, they're gonna do that same, they're gonna cite study, they're gonna agitate the problem, they're gonna add proof, they're gonna handle objections, they're gonna give you the aha moments, right? If you want to read it, you can read it. I'm not going to because it's just gonna take too much time. Gluten another okay, same, same. Scientist, okay, back reason three, more. This is like again again I repeat. This is so what our problem is, all these elements that are stopping you from the daily what our problem is, the bigger picture of the problem is that why your daily foods are affecting you to like making it difficult for you to lose weight, making and also giving you like stuff that you don't want, like joint problems, diabetes, and stuff like that, right? And that is the problem. These are the nuances of the problem, right? And these are the nuances of the problem, and these are the mechanisms of the problems, and these are the he's going to talk about the mechanism of the problem, and he's going to talk about the uniqueness of each of those mechanisms. Hope that makes sense. Like, hope you can tie it down. Problem, mechanism of the problem. There are different mechanisms, right? How a problem occurs. Probably like reason one, reason two, reason three, right? These are the mechanisms, and each of those mechanisms have each of the respective nuances, as in um this part, like each nuances as in this does this and this also helps this gives you X problems and Y problems, stuff like that. And then they're going to talk about the mechanism of the unique mechanism of each of those reasons, of each of those stuff, each of those I'm talking about, each of those mechanisms, like uniqueness of each of the mechanisms and mechanism explain. I'm using too much mechanism. I hope you're getting the point because I am, but I don't know how to convey it. I'm sorry for that. I'm responsible for that. So, okay, more on that. So, problem, mechanism of the problems, unique mechanism of each of those problems, right? Problem, what we talked about. I want to dig this point deep. Like I want to hit this point home. So problem, major problem, the foods you're eating daily is causing a lot of problems, is affecting you to lose weight, is not letting you lose weight, is giving you all the problems, all the other problems, like joint problems, hormone irregulation, hormone disruption, and hormonal, I'm sorry, and diabetes and stuff like that, right? The big idea, the big problem. Now these are mechanisms of the problem. Why? So what were the food? Whole wheat. So but why? Like these are nuances. Why are they the problem? Mechanisms, right? Because this reason one, glycation of your cells increases. Okay, glycation of your cells. Reason two, um, gluten and other gut count damaging. Okay, gluten. Reason three, anti-nutrients and mineral blockers. Okay, problem, mechanism of the problem, and what this does, mechanism of the mechanism is what I mean to say. Unique mechanism of the whole problem. Hope that makes sense. Note it's important to keep reading this page because I'll show you how to access all of my base secrets for avoiding. Okay, and by at this point they know about the problem. Okay, I know about this. Okay, I know. Okay, this is the problem. Tell me what the solution is. At this point, so this is more of an objection handling element as well. The three reasons you should never use vegetable oil. So we did one for, so as I said, the main problem is all these daily foods, right? Daily foods affecting your health. One of them were wheat. The next is gonna be one of, okay, the main problem is, I hope you can see here my screen. The big problem is, how daily foods are affecting your health. And what next thing is, what are those foods? Next thing is like these are, uh, what are those foods? Next thing is why they are bad, as in mechanisms of the problem, right? Why they are bad. So problem mechanism, problem mechanism, problem mechanism. Three for each of those, each of those foods, and three for each of those foods. For vegetable oils, we had three for bread, three for whole wheats. We have three for vegetables. So I'm not gonna do that. They're gonna, so it's just gonna follow the same pattern. Another food, why you should not do that, three different mechanisms, three different problems, and unique mechanism of each of those problems. Same thing, the truth about sugar. Okay, same thing with sugar. More, this is going to have much more nuances to this, so you see, like they had to research a lot for this. So-called health foods that are causing you to gain more body fat. Okay, it's not uncommon to see foods such as, okay, they are summarizing the whole element. See this trend over. Okay, okay, now we have solution. We have agitated the problems, all about problems. We have talked about the unique mechanism, so now it's actually like makes sense for them, so they're not skeptical about this because this has been backed by science. This that's why you should use social proof, or let's just say proof in your sales letters, back your claims, right? So time for the solution. If what I'm saying is not making sense, you can just read it over. Just go to truthaboutapps.com and click on the first, and you'll just understand and read the whole, and you just get the whole gist of it. If you're a beginner, you won't, because it just takes time. But if you are an experienced one, it'll make sense to you itself. So how do you do this? Okay, and objection handling. So what they're gonna do is come up with solutions that's gonna counter each of those unique mechanisms of each of those foods, right? Unique mechanisms of the three reasons for each of those foods. Unique mechanisms for the unique mechanisms for three of those reasons for each food. Makes sense, right? So yeah, what this does, the fat burning kitchen, your 24-hour diet transformation to make your body. So use this way, as I said, it acts as valuable. This is valuable for them, right? In this brand new free book, okay, the fat burning kitchen. So this is the solution. This has been framed as a solution, and because it's free, so it does not matter. It's about okay. So they're gonna use complex words because they have already educated you. And if you actually read the whole thing, you would understand this stuff, and it's going to act as a niche topic for them, and they're going to think that it's way more valuable, and they're probably going to sign up for the free book. Now these are fascinations, right? The truth about polyunsaturated fats, which protein bar, the real deal, the whole grain deception. Like if you should actually like hand copy these. I'm thinking of hand copying the whole sales letter myself. Sales letter, I'm always mistaking this for sales letter. Okay, okay. Now he's selling the free stuff. See how hard they're selling the free stuff. You don't see these like this stuff these days. They're just saying, "Oh, here's the free fat loss. Just buy." Nobody's gonna do that. Did you know? Okay, a fun fact. Okay, this is gonna hormone drops. The worst part is, the longer you try to die, the worse it gets. So they're just trying to, put fear into your whole head. Imagine waking up full of energy, future pacing. Now imagine you are heading to the kitchen and okay, more future spacing. Imagine how great you'll look and more future spacing. Not only are you going to fully discover the truth about the foods in the kitchen, but you're also going to okay, more benefits. Fascinations positioned as benefits. I hope I'll break this down. Fascinations framed as benefits. Okay, more benefits, more benefits, more benefits, more benefits for a very limited time. Okay, urgency. Free, 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 free. Okay, so it feels like this is a free plus shipping offer. Look how they're emphasizing on free, another free, another free, free, free. Oh, that was easier. Free. Why would we do this? Okay, why? Because one of the most important words in copywriting. Why are you doing this? Why would we do this? The honest truth is that Catherine and I have been just able to, okay, this is going to say that they are good people. Easier for which you get your hands on. Just like you this year alone, and we want to make it even easier for you to get your hands on the best-selling book, which is okay. Why you're doing this? Selling. Oh, fuck. Click the big button below now, and this best-selling book already enjoyed by 220,000. Okay, social proof. Okay, people, all of these people have bought already. No way. So when like this is just a social element, right? Whenever we see somebody, a lot of people doing something, we just conform to that. It's just okay because another human being made sense that this is okay to do. So if they did it, why not me? This is just a human psychological element, right? Important note, you can feel good about your order today as a charitable donation is being made to support. Okay, this is now a good cause. Okay, well, this is very important. What they're doing is for a good cause. So they're gonna validate their actions. I have to write this down. Validate their actions. Meaning, what I wanted to talk about was it's being it to support to a healthier planet. Okay, validate their actions. So people buy with large emotions, justify it with logic, and this is their validation as in this is the exclusivity. They're doing a great cause. They are supporting a great cause. They them acting and them buying this because this is a free plus shipping offer, in my opinion. And when people ask them like, why did you buy this? Well, they're gonna say this. They're not gonna say that they wanted to lose fat. They had problems with their gut or something. They're not gonna say that. They're gonna say this. Okay, 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 okay. So they're gonna also sell the mechanism. Nothing will be rebuilt with this offer ever. Just pay the one-time shipping charge. Okay. Commitment. This is all about commitment. Okay. The free plus shipping offer is all about commitment. Meaning, okay, this is free, but you just have to pay for the shipping. That way, people actually get into the buying mode. And when they get to the buying mode, you can upsell them different services because now they are buyers. Now they associate you as somebody trustworthy. Make sense? Okay. I'm confident that you love the okay, okay, okay. Sincerely, my Jerry. Okay, sign off. So there's no guarantee. This is no. There's no guarantee. There's no something like that because this is a free plus shipping offer. More like an SLO funnel that we used to like break down, right? The one that we broke down yesterday was an SLO. No, no, no. The one that we broke down 2 days, 3 years ago was an SLO funnel as well. Now this is also an SLO funnel. It's just trying to get the commitment from the reader so that they can later, so they get into the buying mode and upsell them as soon as possible into another stuff. So I hope all of this made sense. If you want to read this, you can ask for the swipe file, or you can just go to truthaboutapps.com and read it or handwrite it word for word. That way you get the gist of how to use and how to research as well, because all these sightings and how to like research and how to like actually like leverage those research and dimensionalize and actually insert it in your copies so that you increase its persuasiveness, right? So let's try to click a button. Click the button. So this is how it looks like. All the we did not have images. So look at it. Look, these are the images. So this is how it actually looks. How the advertorial looks. People my age are not gonna read all this because it just does not fit in, right? We have to come up with our own mechanisms for this purpose. If I have to like market to my audience when I reach 55 or something. But there's no image in this page as well. Okay, so there is. So let's see, like, is there a accent button? Hmm. Okay, so this link probably does not work. Click the big button below. So they have like re button included. Okay, this still is. Look at this. Qualified. Okay, this is like trying to get them. Congratulations, you qualify to receive a free. Okay, so when you use this, people think like they're already in motion. So what is in motion tends to be in motion, right? 100%. Okay. 60 day. Okay, we do have a money back guarantee. I'm probably not gonna buy this. Number one, because I just can't. Number two, I just don't have the money, and I'm not definitely not gonna buy this because I don't know where this money is actually going. Anyways, but we could buy this. We could like buy this and see like what is the next funnel we're gonna be pushed into. Probably another sales letter or a VSL, or probably we're gonna be sold on the back end via DM settings, or not DM settings, but phone calls or something like that. Okay, so this has been hosted on ClickBank, one of the greatest affiliate stores out there. I hope you like this video. So that's all there is to it. I would love to like break this, handwrite this and actually break it down word for word so that I understand the mechanism and I actually know the whole essence and actually like templatize the whole thing. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but it definitely does. Okay, so 1 hour. That's what my estimation on this was. I don't have a problem with this. I should definitely make it shorter, but it does not matter. It's fun for me to break down working promos. But because this promo actually printed, in my opinion, and And yeah, these are very, but as I said, this is not relevant anymore. You have to just strip down the principles and use it on your own stuff rather than copying word for word, because this probably does not work. Even though this is a great sales letter, or it's just not going to work, in my opinion, at this time. It's not that it's not going to work, but it's just definitely we could just tweak, make some random tweaks, and it would definitely still work. I hope that makes sense. We should like probably like make a better order form. Anyways, I need to pitch. I see you on the next one. DDOS number 26, over and out.